Okay, this is going to be one of those quick videos, at least I hope so. Last time I tried to make a quick video, it ended up being 8 minutes, but we're going to work on making shredded pork barbecue. You've probably seen it in different places. They sell it in stores, but this is how you make it from scratch. You start out with I like to start out with hot water. Doesn't really matter, but it helps the flavors to blend better. And what you put in a nice dose of black pepper and a generous amount of smoke flavoring. It's hard to really overdo the smoke. Now this is just to flavor the meat while you're cooking it before you barbecue it. And like you do with a roast, you put in a nice big chunk of onion. And you're going to want to take some, usually I use fresh garlic for this, but I don't have any right now. I'm going to put in a reasonable amount of garlic. There's no such thing as too much when you're talking about garlic. And one other thing I put in there when I'm cooking it, which I think really helps add the flavor, is some actual barbecue sauce. Now, if you saw my other video about the different kinds of barbecue sauce, I'm sure you heard me talking about what am I going to do with the rest of this G. Hughes barbecue sauce. Well, here you go. I'm going to add it in here for a cooking flavor, to give it a barbecue-y flavor while it's cooking. So you add this in there, and of course you're going to want to add some salt. Salt helps get the flavor down into the meat better. Nice and salty. And then we'll be back in a minute and show you what to do with the pork. This is what we're going to start out with. This is going to make the best flavor. Plenty of fat, plenty of meat, plenty of flavor, usually not too expensive. You get it on sale, sometimes 99 cents. As you can see, $1.49 here. But a pork shoulder butt, Boston butt roast, some people call it. That's what you want to use. That's going to make the best. Okay, now, you can throw this whole thing in there and cook it all at once if you want. That takes a very long time. What I like to do is flip it over, take off some of the excess fat, because yeah, ketos are all about having fat, but sometimes it's a little bit too much. So it's nice to take off some of the excess fat. Okay, I got most of the heavy fat off the back of it. Now, you'll see there's a bone here in this end. It comes around to this side. It's a big flat blade and it's only in this corner. So, I usually stand it up on its end. Cut it this way. Try to hit the edge of that bone a little bit. I cut around that bone. Cut it into chunks about like that. Throw them in there. You've always got this piece here with the bone in it. I like to trim it down as much as possible so that it cooks faster. That's the main point of cutting it up, is just so that it cooks faster. Now, in case you're wondering, this is the same thing they make pork steak out of, same thing that you make boneless country style ribs out of. That's the same cut of meat. Actually, when you look at it from that right there, it's kind of obvious that it's the same cut of meat. Those right there would go on the grill and be wonderful. Or on the smoker. Ooh, it'd be great on the smoker. But today we're making barbecue. Pulled pork barbecue. So, that's what you do. You put it all in there, you turn the heat on, and you let it cook until the meat is pulling away from the bones and it's finger tender. And then when it's like that, we'll come back and show you what to do. Okay, it's the next day, and what you do with that pork after you've cooked it down, you warm it up enough that you can handle it so that it'll come apart easier, and you just basically smash it up between your fingers. Take out the really big blobs of fat unless you like those. But first, you save about a cup of the juice that you cooked it in, and then I recommend you use that right there. You just pour a whole bottle of it in there. Rinse it out with some water because you want it to have a little bit of water in the bottom. And you might even want to put a little bit of some kind of ketchup, sugar-free ketchup, if you're doing keto. and just let it simmer until it thickens up, stirring regularly over medium heat. Before you know it, you will have pulled pork barbecue. And here I am eating that wonderful pulled pork barbecue that we made. I got part of it on a hamburger bun, one of my homemade keto hamburger buns. You'll find a video on my channel, and an upcoming video for the noodles that I've got. I put some of that barbecue on top of those noodles. Practically zero carb noodles. So thank you for watching.